Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. This week I'm starting fresh. I've got a new substrate, and this one has got a built-in hanging thing on the back, but if I ever want to put this in a show or whatever, I'm going to need to wire it because galleries don't like that kind of nonsense. They want things wired. So that's what I'm planning on doing in the end. And this measures, if you look, almost 9 inches. I'm starting on 1, so 10 minus 1 is 9. But it's not quite 10, so that means it's not quite 9, but it's square, and that's what I'm working with. I'm gonna get started. Oh, and I'm gonna try to just use scrap materials. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with stained glass or if I'm gonna make this mixed media, but I just wanna get started, and I'm gonna start with some scrap. That's it. I have a lot of projects that are half started, so when I got this sudden urge to do a Tree of Life mosaic, naturally I dropped those projects, and that is why I am starting fresh. So here is a little bit of a sketch that I will follow to do the tree. Here's my brown scrap bin that I will be pulling from. I do have a little bit of textured brown, so maybe I'll use that. That would be interesting. And this one's almost, I don't even know why it's in here. This looks purple to me, but maybe I'll put that in. This is very yellowy. I don't think I want that one. Oh, the dark is kind of pretty though. That is fine. This one looks really reddish brown, but oh, it has some nice texture. But I don't think so. I'm gonna eliminate that. And then I'll just pull as needed. So this is kind of my starting pile. And then I'm gonna mix in I think a lot of interesting colors. That's it. Someone once commented that I don't show my cutting closely. And one reason for that is because if I show the end product, my cutting is usually off to the side. So it's kind of like one or the other because I don't want all these shards to go into the piece that I'm working on. So I've tried to show it, but it's pretty repetitive. Whereas on the finished piece, you can see progress being made. So I've got this lovely brown. It's brown on this side. I love that. And then it's white over here, but on this side it's brown. So I'm going to use the texture part here and the back here to get some of these browns. And I'm just cutting them a little bit willy-nilly because I want the pieces to have that natural feel to them. And if they're too straight, then it doesn't seem very natural. Just something to start with. I forgot to hit record, but here's how far I am now. The trunk and branches are essentially done, and wherever you see gaps, that's where there's going to be leaves that come in front of the branches. Yeah, I'm going to clean up the mess here, the shards and the brown, and I'm going to set aside some of these browns in case I want to add any in, and I'm going to pull out the greens and get started on the leaves. Here we go. For the greens, I do have a scrap bin here, but within the scrap bin, I've got these scrap bags. So I'm going to be grabbing from these scrap bags. And I'm going to put lighter green on these parts that are in front of the branches and then darker behind. And for this part, I'm going to pre-cut some odd shapes, not quite triangles, but not squares, so that I have something to pull from and I can just fill in. I've got a nice pile of pieces cut in the light green and in the dark green. And what I've noticed is in the dark green, I have some iridized, but in the light green, I really don't. So I went to my tile stash and I pulled some different iridized pieces. Not all these are iridized, but just to add a little bit more texture and some difference and some shininess to the light area. That's it. Part was a lot of fun. I tried to do each area with the glue still wet, and then when they were finished I sort of squished them together because there are gaps in there. And then if there were really big gaps, I did have to cut pieces to fit in there so that everything would fit close together. So now I'm going to move into the darker greens. The lighter greens, I had kind of the more yellow and then the more bluish ones on the bottom as sort of a shadow. And then with this one, I've got some more true greens and then into really dark greens. Again, a lot of iridized glass, and it should have some real sparkle when it's done, but I'm planning on filling the whole thing in with greenery. There's not going to be any sky showing through. Underneath the tree, I'm not sure what I'll do yet, but I'm going to get after it. So this isn't going to be as easy as the first part because I had more room to play. Now I have some funky areas I'm going to have to probably cut to fit in these areas, but let me get after it. Far on this side. I did spend some time filling in the little gaps, and now I can move on to the rest of it. weld bond on these cards, and then I like to dip with tweezers, but too much glue gets on the back. So then I wipe it off on the card before I put it in. And that way I have just the right amount of glue. It doesn't really squeeze up in between. I do tend to get glue on my fingers. It can sometimes, I can drop a piece with the tweezers and the glue kind of gets everywhere. So it's not perfect, but that's how I like to work with the tweezers and the glue. This type of background does use quite a bit of keystoning, but the further you get away from the center, the less and less keystoning there is. Now, this trunk that I made is a little bit off center, so this side is going to have an extra row, and I'm going to put that in right now. I'm about about to start grouting, and I have chosen black grout to use for this. One reason that I have chosen black is it will allow me to have some definition within this area, and I also think the dark will complement the tree. Now, it will be a little bit dark for the sky, but that's okay because I've made this design that's sort of round and swoopy, and I'll be able to see it better. So everything that we see straight on is a little bit fractured because of that white behind it, but once I get that black grout on there, it's gonna look a lot different. And this is sort of a stylized tree. It's not hyper realistic or anything. So yeah, I think black is the way to go. The black grout I'm using is Caracolor. I purchased it in May of this year. And I want to show you what it looks like when it's dry, because it's going to look like this once it's dry on here. It's not a true black. It's actually what I call a soft black, which is, I think, what's going to be so perfect about it. Now, make sure you put a mask on. I have a little bit of water in this cup. I'm going to mix it up, let it slake, and then I'll get after it. This is the tree that is the inspiration, and it is a tree at the entrance to my subdivision. So I see it first thing when I come in and last thing when I leave. It's a maple. It's absolutely glorious. And it has not even started to turn for fall because we're in early September, but pretty soon this thing is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Fortunately for you, I did take this photo of it in the past, and isn't it just so pretty? That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.